Hi, I'm Gigi, an ex-Amazon bar raiser here at Day One Careers. This video covers a topic I get asked about a lot, mainly by tech people. That's what is the weighting of Amazon behavioral stories versus the technical elements of the interview. By the way, I also get this question from other people like solutions architects, UX designers, basically anyone who has a functional kind of testing portion of their process. The first thing to note is that there is no weighting of Amazon behavioral stories versus functional or technical elements of the interview process. But don't go, hang around so I can explain why it's important. Just stay and listen. Okay, the Amazon interview process is the most data-driven interview process that I've worked with, and probably one of the most data-driven processes in the corporate world. But it's not based on a numerical scoring system. Now, obviously you can easily imagine how a numerical scoring system might be implemented for candidates. But the sticky wicket here is that, hang on. Does sticky wicket mean anything outside England? Okay, another word. Pinch point, okay. The pinch point comes in that the key variable that's used to determine if you're raising the bar or not is how your evidence compares to the work done by current Amazonians in similar roles at the same level that you're applying for. The intent is that you are better than 50% of the current population in similar roles at that level. Now, if they used a numerical scoring system to determine if you were better than 50%, then there would need to be a continuous and mechanized scoring process implemented for all current employees, or at least a representative sample. They'd all have to go through the same kind of interview process as candidates on this kind of regular basis in order to make a comparable data set. You can only imagine the overhead and time and resources that type of a process would require. It would just be horrific. So the decision if you're stronger than 50% of the current population is a more qualitative, data-driven one. Your interviewers will discuss your evidence and share their experiences of specific people in their current teams and how you compare to them. Now, as these people will have already been assessed in performance terms under the internal annual review system, who is the top, middle, and bottom performers is abundantly clear. As with the question about a numerical approach to the Amazon behavioral stories, the same applies to the functional element. For the majority of roles, there will be a minimum performance bar that you have to meet in order for Amazon to be confident that you have the skills to, basically do the work. But once that is all met, the conversation becomes kind of about the whole, the balance between your functional and behavioral evidence, and if overall you reflect a bar-raising candidate. What I'm going to say next may be a little controversial, a little bit contentious, and other Amazonians may have a different opinion. But in my experience of bar raising, I've seen many more positive outcomes for candidates who kind of blow the panel away with their behavioral element but had kind of some development areas technically than for those who blow them away technically but had development requirements in the behavioral areas. In my opinion, it's really not enough to be technically strong. If you don't impress on the behavioral side, quite frankly, you're not getting in. So tech people, please heed my warning. I've heard so many stories from tech candidates who failed and realized that it was because they simply just didn't take the behavioral part of the process as seriously as they should have. That's it. Hopefully that has helped in your understanding of the weighting of Amazon behavioral stories versus the functional elements. If you found that useful, please do give us a thumbs up or drop a comment in below. Now what you need to do is click the link here to claim your free Day One Careers Customer Obsession Taster course. Watch that and you'll nail every customer obsession question asked of you in your Amazon interview. Or If you want to do that a little bit later, why don't you check out more here of our incredible insights and advice on Amazon interview preparation.